This is On the Move.
Welcome to On the Move, where we talk about all things health, wellness, and building community. I'm Erin.
And I'm Jeremy.
And today we have a very special guest, Tammeca Rochester from Harlem Cycle.
Harlem the ride.
Thank you so much, guys.
My baby bell.
Oh, that's very cute.
All right, Tammeca, I'm familiar with you, but for those who are unfamiliar with you and Harlem Cycle, what is Harlem Cycle?
Well, Harlem Cycle, we're a fitness and wellness space dedicated towards indoor cycling. We've been in the community now about 10 years with 2 locations in Harlem and 1 in Newark.
And you just opened a location in Newark. Talk a little bit about that location and why it was important in that community, because it's the first of its kind.
It's the first of its kind. We were actually the first of our kind in Harlem as well. So we're the first cycling studio north of 92nd Street in Manhattan, and we're the first cycling studio in Newark as well. And so when I opened Harlem Cycle, I was I was really focused on hitting communities that I felt had been kind of left out of the wellness conversation, like places where I knew cardiovascular exercises were needed, but there just wasn't an option. And the same is actually happening now in Newark. So when I went to visit Newark, I was like, wait, where's your cardio options? Where are these workouts that we know provide community connection, but also are tackling a disease and something that is happening within the community? And they did not have a cycling studio. So I said, well, it's time for a Harlem Cycle.
And now you've opened.
And now we're open.
Are you a big cyclist to begin with, or how did you decide to do cycling?
Yeah, so when I was growing up, I grew up actually in Atlanta, and I loved riding my bike outside. Like, that was my go-to. Every day after school, I'd run home, ride my bike outside. And then I moved to New York City and discovered it's not the same experience. One, it's a little bit more dangerous here in the city. So that's how I kind of discovered indoor cycling. So I started going to indoor cycling classes because I was like, it's giving me kind of a sense of riding my bike and back to that childhood memory. But except for it's in air conditioning and with music, and there's like a group of people around me. We're all doing the same thing for 45 minutes, and that felt really dope to me. So cycling was my go-to workout whenever I had needed a stress relief.
There's a lot of nostalgia behind cycling. I mean, I remember riding around the neighborhood with my friends on the BMX as a kid, and it's funny enough, I run an outdoor adventure club called Outsiders, and it came to fruition through a bike ride. So I decided to put on this bike ride to Rockaway Beach, and it was a hit. I thought to myself, I think people should go do things outdoors more often, but do it together.
Yeah.
And for me, the cycling part is my favorite.
Sometimes I think we overcomplicate things. Like, if we just go back to things we used to do as kids that brought us joy, we would be all so much healthier.
Absolutely. And the fact that we don't play as adults, right?
Speak for yourself. I play all the time.
What is your playing?
Dancing at random moments, going outside, taking a walk is a form of play.
I agree. That's all play. But a lot of people associate a good time.
Jumping on the bed.
As an adult. We're gonna keep
now I can do it because I pay for it.
but what's funny enough, that is play, for sure.
That is so true.
But I feel like as an adult, playing is going to the bar, going to the club, dancing with people that way, because dancing is play.
Yeah.
But we lack that ability to go play in the playground, for example, whereas I think the playground could be nature, or it could be the city, riding around. Now, you said riding around the city is a little dangerous. I agree. However, I love it. Like, I know you do. I have a guilty pleasure of doing so. Like, I can ride on the road in the middle of nature, ride around trees, but I find it so much more entertaining to ride through the city streets, see who's around, who's walking around the streets, see all the action. For me, that's what I love.
And it's so interesting that you mentioned play. So we did an outdoor field day for adults. It was amazing. We had over 250 adults. Imagine doing tug of war. We're doing hula hooping. We had the Recess Kickball League was there. We're doing kickball championships. We were doing relay races. It was such a good time. And the feedback was the same. Like, I haven't done these in years. We had people ranging from age of 25 up to 80 doing all these really fun things. And I was like, this is wellness. This is fitness. This is community. This is how you stay, active, is to just go back to doing those things that you love. And it was a hit. We're going to try to make it an annual thing every year to just have our outdoor field day for adults.
I think the biggest challenge as an adult is to stay present, to be in the moment. As a child, you're in the moment. What do you have to worry about? You don't really have you don't have bills. You might have some stresses as a kid, but nothing compared to being as an adult, right? So playing and being active, even the field day, you're present. You're not really thinking about what you have to do later. You're just in the moment trying to achieve whatever the goal is with the activity.
That is so true, yes.
Tammeca, talk a little bit about some of the people that are drawn to your class. I had the opportunity to attend one of your classes. And like you said, the age range was vast. Like, I was so surprised. And it was the older people, the seniors, that were actually the ones that were getting it, you know? Like, talk a little bit about the people that are drawn to your space.
No, I always say don't judge our people because based off age. Age is not an indication of wellness or fitness.
I agree. Amen. Yeah.
It is actually not an indication of anything. And so what's great about indoor cycling is because it is so accessible. It is accessible no matter your fitness levels, no matter your age, no matter your gender. It is something that anyone and everyone can do. And because of that, that's why you have such a wide range of people within our class. And we make sure that we're always, making sure that our class feels accessible. So we're encouraging you to go at your own pace and encouraging you to do, if it doesn't feel good, just don't do it. You just keep pedaling. That's all, that's all we're going to ask you to do. And so in our classes, you will see that wide range of people because it's about coming in. It's about working on your fitness level, no matter where you're starting from, and just giving it your all for these next 45 minutes. So it's really great to see that all within one room.
And Jeremy, you're a music man, so the music was banging.
I missed it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed the class.
Yeah.
But for sure, the music definitely motivates you to push. And on top of that, what it sounds like, you also have community.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part, in my opinion, because moving your body is extremely important. But having community is a necessity more than people realize. So.
Absolutely. For us, it's about like high-fiving your neighbor instead of being in competition with them. It's about connecting with them and being able to.
Come on, Jeremy.
You need a high five at the end of, you worked hard. You want that high five. It's about really being able to make those connections. Since opening Harlem Cycle, I've been invited to weddings, birthday parties, and these are people I've never met before opening the studio. So it's really been a real way for me to even connect back with our community.
Yeah, I felt a really warmth attending your class. Just the people, it felt like home, like immediately after I came back to work and I was telling people, I think I'm moving to Harlem, like, cause you just felt, I don't know, it just felt like home. It didn't even really feel like a workout, even though it was intense. I you know how you dial up the intensity on the bike? I think I stayed at a 5. They were like on 20. I was like, look, I'm just coasting here. But
that's okay. You went at your pace. That was fine.
I loved it.
Yes. No, for us, it's really about finding that connection to community and using this as your moment to work on yourself, but also stay connected. And that connection is what keeps you coming back.
Believe it. Definitely believe it. We're going to continue this conversation with Tammeca after the break. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching On the Move.
Welcome back to On the Move. We have more with Tammeca here from Harlem Cycle.
Yay! All right, Tammeca, let's talk a little bit about Harlem Cycle's inception because you encountered some roadblocks opening up this type of space in that community. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when I was looking for a space and I'd go to different brokers, I'd see spaces that were abandoned and, it's like, call the broker if you want to find out information. And I'd call and say, this is what I'm trying to do. And they were like, first, the concept was a little foreign to them. They were like, so you want to sell bikes? And I was like, no, we're in their cycling studio. But because we were the first, they didn't really know what that was. And so I, give them a reference and send them emails. And they'd be like, well, this doesn't exist here, so there's probably not a market for it. And I'm like, that's not how businesses work, but okay. So first it was getting them to even believe that there's a market for this. And then, we just could not get any kind of financing. We could not get a loan. And mind you, at the time I worked in corporate America. I was senior in corporate America, so crossed the 6-figure mark. I had significant savings, very limited debt, and could not get even a $10,000 loan to open this business.
Wow.
Well, how did you go about doing it?
I just used my savings.
Okay. Wow, bootstrapped.
Bootstrapped all the way.
That's commendable. I mean, getting the lease in the first place is scary, putting that kind of investment, but using your savings, that's a scary thing.
That's a very scary thing. And my son was 4 at the time. It was like, okay, this is, I'm pulling away from the security of me being a single mom at the time. But I was like, I believe in this. I knew we needed it. And I knew that it would be a hit. I just knew once people discovered Harlem Cycle that they would understand and see the vision. And so I was 100% behind it.
It's a good thing you trusted your intuition for doing so. I mean, I'd be afraid to do that myself. I'm an entrepreneur as well.
Because you don't have the vision.
It's intimidating, right? Stopping your corporate job. I don't have a corporate job, but just thinking about taking on that kind of debt, and hoping or assuming you're going to be successful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I was someone who always was very, cautious with money. So I always never carried a lot of debt. So to then just jump in and take on this debt was very scary. But I always say to be a business owner and entrepreneur, you have to be a little crazy, a lot crazy, actually. You have to be a lot crazy to make that leap.
You got to take the risk to reap the reward 100%, but you got a calculated risk and it paid off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a great takeaway there. And the community has really rallied behind you, supported your vision, and just been there. Even though you had some other bumps in the road, there was COVID that hit, you had to shut down, you had a break-in, but you still bounced back. What has it meant to you to have the community support you through all these ups and downs?
No, absolutely. In these moments where, at the time, we all know COVID was terrible for small business owners, particularly if you were, a brick and mortar where people have to come inside and breathe heavy. We were shut down for 18 months during the pandemic. And it was interesting enough, right when the pandemic hit, I reached out to all our clients and said, I'm putting everyone's memberships on hold and until a definite date, until we know when we're coming back. And it was about 20 to 30% of my clients were like, no, just keep it going. I want to make sure that when you open up, I have a place to go.
Oh, wow.
Which was, I was in tears most of the pandemic because it was like all these moments that were just like, oh my God, people really, they care enough that they want to make sure that we're here. And then we switched to online and people jumped online with us. They were switching with us. We were doing at-home mat workouts. It was like I had workouts with me and my son. Be like, you're home with your kids. Let's have a family workout. So we had family workouts. We had all these different mat-based workouts, which again, we're a cycling studio. So it was like, I don't even know if our clients wanted to do a strength training workout. Did they want to do a Pilates workout?
Well, you're more than just a cycling studio. Like I said, you're a community. And that's the reason they went back to you. That's why 20 to 30% you said kept on paying. That's beautiful.
It's amazing because it took those moments for me to really like, oh my God, we're more than a bike. We're more than just cycling. We're more than indoor cycling classes. We are truly a community. And because when they switch workouts, we're like, well, whatever you're doing, we're going to do it too.
Right.
And so those moments really have just been the reason that I keep waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make sure the studio's running.
Love it. I know that we're talking a lot about community and creating a sense of community. You created this because you saw a void in that community, but this community has poured into you, but now you're essentially pouring back into the community. Talk about some of the other things you do around town that are centered around wellness, whether it be nutrition and things like that.
No, absolutely. So we have, our adult field day, which is one program that we do. Then we do a lot of different programs just to get people moving. So whether you like indoor cycling or not, we want to make sure that you see us as your wellness go-to and that we're available to you if you want to ask questions or just anything to check in. So we have community hikes where we go on community hikes during the summertime. We do partner.
Might be a collaboration
there you go.
here.
I think maybe we could do something together.
I do see a moment. Yes. Yeah. We do outdoor community bike rides. So I partnered with a couple of the bike clubs in Harlem, and we do an outdoor community bike ride day for our clients to finally hit the roads safely, safely hit the roads. And we have programs for women 40 plus. So we have our Redefining Wellness program that I do with my friend, Nikki Kimbrough, who's also a fitness expert. And this program is all around all aspects of wellness. So from emotional, physical, sexual, financial, and mental wellness. And it's a 3-part series that we have across 3 different weekends. And we bringing these top guest speakers who speak about everything that you need to know across this. Because we all know once you cross 40, things change. And nobody wants to talk about it, but we talk about it as a community.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, please. And then we have a lot of our challenges. So we have community challenges that we have that, of course, includes your cycling classes, but also includes nutrition. So we provide a recipe book. We provide a daily meal plan. We provide a success manual, eating out guide. So all those different things are factored into your challenge to make sure that you're like, because I always say, I can only give you the 20% because the 80% is in the kitchen. The 80% starts in that kitchen.
And they say what abs are made in the kitchen.
It's made in the kitchen. And so we make sure we have that available for our clients as well.
Love that.
Well, the conversation's not over. More with Tammeca when we get back from this break.
You're watching On the Move.
Welcome back to On the Move. We're here with Tammeca from Harlem Cycle.
I love this thing.
I wanted to know what do you see for the future of Harlem Cycle?
Well, we're going to continue to grow. So I plan on continuing to grow into those communities that are, again, who are lacking when it comes towards cardio workouts, but not just cardio workouts, but are lacking when it comes towards wellness. So we're going to continue to expand our physical locations, but then we're going to build out our retreats business. So we do have a retreat each year where we go to Costa Rica. So we're going to continue to expand our retreat. It sells out every year. So that's the sign that we need to keep building and have more retreats. So we're going to continue to build the retreats. And we're expanding this year, actually, our corporate wellness program. So we do a lot of corporate wellness programming within the city. We've done it for a lot of schools, a lot of the school nurses, and all the different programs. So we want to continue to build that out as well to make sure we're touching on those people that are taking care of people every day, because I believe they deserve the same level of care. So we want to make sure we're building that out more.
Those are great add-ons. I mean, we do the same thing with Outsiders, and I think it brings so much value, especially the corporate side. I mean, how many more happy hours can you do? How many more cheese boards do you want to have before it's over?
Or pizzas.
We do a lot of like private parties where you come in, and we call it the new happy hour for corporate companies, because I'm like, nobody wants to go to the bar anymore. Like, people want to invest in themselves and want to be behind a company that they know invests behind them. And that's a spin party, right? Where you can have smoothies afterwards.
Personally, people aren't going to bars anymore.
They're not.
They're not. So why continue doing that for corporate outings?
Exactly. Yeah. And, I'm a mocktail drinker, so I've seen the rise of all these mocktail companies, and I'm like, that's the sign, guys. People want wellness. So you want a spin party, then you want your mocktail, and we're going to make sure we're there to do it.
One of the things I love about Harlem Cycle is you were trying to make it, when you created it, making it true to the community. Why was that important to you? Because you said you didn't want a cycle studio from downtown just coming uptown. Like, you wanted this to be Harlem on the ride.
Yes. So one of the things when I was going downtown to those studios, I was like, oh, I love the concept of being in a room. I love the fact that we're all doing this one thing together. I love the fact that we all, like, in this moment, we all have a common goal. What I did not love was the music. I did not love the music in any way.
What was it? EDM?
I'm not even sure. It was things I had never listened to in my life and do not plan on ever listening to. And mind you guys, I am Jamaican born, so I'm raised in a Caribbean household. I grew up in Atlanta, so I got down south music. Yeah. Like, there is certain things that makes me excited.
I mean, I think what makes you excited would make me and Aaron excited.
Exactly.
I've seen her dance. She came to my Halloween party.
I'm like, if you're not partying on this bike, if you're not dancing, if it's not bringing back a memory, if it's not doing something, then I'm like, that is 45 minutes that we did not take a full advantage of. And so when you come to Harlem Cycle, I always say, it's when you think of Harlem, it's like, what music automatically comes to your mind? And that's what you'll hear at Harlem Cycle. So you'll hear everything from reggae, soca, hip hop. We have Spanish Harlem. We have all these different communities of people that make up Harlem, and we make sure the music reflects that.
I know a workout is gonna be fire when I all of a sudden yell out, "Yeah!" I'm not even doing anything on the bike. I'm just over here hyping up the crowd.
You know the music is good when between sets she's dancing.
When you're dancing, yes. Which means I must not be working you hard enough.
No, you were. So, disclaimer, I went to Harlem Cycle the first time I was on assignment for work. So I had a full face of makeup. So I wasn't trying to like look like a skeleton, like face peeling off. But the second time I went,
you were working.
Second one with Tina, which was great because it was a hybrid class. We were on the bike and then we were on the floor doing stuff.
Yeah, so we do have hybrid classes where we do both cycling plus strength training. Because I also think it's important that we're always touching on every part of your wellness. So we have some that are strictly strength training and then some that is all about the core. So strengthening our core section. But they always include cardio plus strength.
And I know, Aaron, you have a knee injury. Was it easy for you? Not easy, but were you able to do the cycling?
Yeah, I think it helps. It's lower impact,
Right.
So it's not like the hard pounding on the pavement. And then you could build the intensity with the bike. Like I said, turn the knob. I wasn't turning too much because when you're going uphill, thighs start burning. Although I am from the Thick Thighs Saves Lives Club. So, we trying to build.
Listen,
we're building over here.
Wow.
But cycling is low impact. So anytime you have like an injury, the first thing your physical therapist does is put you on a bike.
Yeah.
And that's why cycling is best no matter your age group, no matter injuries, no matter anything. Cycling is the best workout for you.
I agree. I mean, my mom has knee pain. And she said if she doesn't ride a bike, her knee hurts more.
Exactly. Yeah. Same here, actually.
There you go.
We all don't have the Meg Thee Stallion knees anymore, but hey, we still surviving. Anything else that you want people to know about Harlem Cycle? I get 2 locations in Harlem.
2 locations in Harlem, 1 in Newark, New Jersey.
And then anything else that you want people to know?
Yeah, how do they
moving
find you
forward?
on social?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love for you guys to follow us. So follow us at Harlem Cycle. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Harlem Cycle. And then you could just look us up online. We're at www.harlem-cycle.com.
Anything coming up that people should know about that they may want to check out? I know you're doing the 14-day challenge currently.
Yeah, we have a 14-day commitment challenge, and it's all about just committing to yourself. It is, you do take 8 classes in 14 days, and you get a prize for just signing up to take the challenge. So even if you do 7, you get a little something because you tried.
Yeah.
And if you do all 8 classes in the 14 days, then we have a special gift for you. And then we have coming up, we have our Costa Rica retreat in March. But what we do throughout February and March is we have a lot of partnerships. I like to partner with a lot of community-based programming. And so we'll have like small businesses come in that are either Black-owned or women-owned for Women's History Month. And so look out for those coming up soon. We'll have our Black History Month crawl coming, where we do 3 different workouts as I partner with different studios. And then we have our Women's History Month crawl. So there's all these other great things to come up that not only supports Harlem Cycle, but supports other wellness businesses in the community.
We'll have to come support you. We have a program every Tuesday called The Move. And that's how we kind of got this inspiration for this show, where we do a free workout for the community. And we feature different studios and different workout instructors. So it'd be great to collaborate with you.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Well, Harlem on the ride. We have to thank Tammeca Rochester for being here with us today. We say wherever your fitness journey takes you, just find a community and keep moving. Thank you for joining us.